Shalom, family. Welcome to today. Proverbs 11:25 is on the agenda. It says, "The person who blesses others will prosper. He who satisfies others will be satisfied himself." When I first read this verse, I think about charity and how when someone in need asks for change or food, we should be eager to give whatever we can. It's a blessing to be a blessing. But as I was meditating over this verse, a memory returned to me. At the beginning of the pandemic, when people were starting to get very scared, making masks out of underwear and fighting over toilet paper and sanitizing their steering wheel and everything else, I met a homeless woman at the top of the stairs of the subway. She had a very heavy cart of her belongings. It was raining and both the elevator and the escalators were shut down. Neither of us knew how she was going to make it down the 2 flights of stairs to the train without help. So I grabbed the front of her cart and we did it together. She was so grateful because she had been standing up there for some time, and she told me she was hesitant to ask anyone for help, knowing that people were scared of germs and she didn't have a mask. But as she was talking to me, I felt in my spirit that even more than my help to the subway, this woman needed comfort. She needed a hug, and I knew she wanted to give me one. I was honestly nervous to hug her. I mean, at this point, everyone was keeping 6 feet away from each other, and I could tell that it had probably been a while since she showered. But I felt the Lord's nudging, and I went in and I hugged her tight. And I realized after I let her go that I needed that hug, that comfort, just as much as she did. The hug was also what I needed to cross a boundary I had made in fear. While I did take many precautions during the pandemic, overcoming that initial fear kept me grounded throughout. I never felt the panic that I saw other people battling. And I tell this story to say that in addition to providing material support to those in need, we also need to pay attention to their emotional and spiritual needs. When I've served on Skid Row, we're told to ask people's names and to use them. Some of these people haven't heard their names in years, and it fills an emotional need that many of us would never consider. Honestly, the greatest blessing that I have received living here in LA is my daily encounters with who I refer to as my street neighbors. I live in the city of angels, and I believe the angels our city were named after can be found living on the same streets that they are blessing. My prayer today is we give and then we give a little more. We push our boundaries when it comes to charity. When we do so, we'll discover the greatest beneficiary of our giving is ourselves. Just like this verse says, the person who blesses others will prosper, not just material-wise, but emotionally and spiritually as well. I love you all. Have a blessed day. Shalom.